is currently the middle of winter, so you know what hair color has to come next. I have just bleached all of my roots to a level 10 banana yellow. I'm going to be picking out a very custom formula to get a very bespoke, particular winter hair color. If you haven't watched my bleaching video yet, I highly recommend that you do, just to understand exactly how to get an even bleaching. But today I'm going to be showing you how I transform this into something a lot icier. Okay, let's get into it. I have 4 colors with me today. Initially, I was just going to dye my roots white and not touch up anything else, and I technically could still do that. The only problem is white toner will absolutely not cover the orange. So it would go white, orange, and then this. So I have an alternate plan. 1021 and 9522 on my roots. Diluted a bunch because I technically do not want gray, and then 499 and 6299 on my ends, basically just refreshing the exact color that I already have. The idea is that I want to cool down my roots, and then with this dye I want to go as close as I can to my roots without staining them to give it a nice purple blend. As much as I love warm tones, to me January and February very cold months, so my hair needs to be cold. I'm also going to do an entirely wet application just because I'm mainly looking to tone the hair more than it is dye the hair, if that makes sense. Because I'm working with 2 hair colors and I absolutely do not want to mix them up, 2 bowls, 2 very different colors. Root color, end color. Starting with my root color, I'm actually going to be going in with even amounts of 1021 and 9522. Both of them are very icy silver colors. We're going to be treating both of them kind of like a demi-permanent color, meaning toner. Toners tend to provide more like a translucent color application versus permanent dyes are a lot more like a full coverage application. Demi-permanent are like your sheer to medium coverage foundations. Permanent are like full coverage, tattoo levels of coverage. While Schwarzkopf do already have a toning version of their color line called Vibrance, today I'm actually just going to be creating my own custom version of a toner using their permanent Igora colors and turning these into a lighter toner application. 25 grams of dye total, and we're going to be pairing that with 10 volume developer because we're literally only depositing. We do not want any lift whatsoever. 50 grams of developer. Setting this aside because the minute you start mixing this is going to start oxidizing, meaning it's going to start immediately processing. 499, which is a pretty dark all over purple hair color. 25 grams. 25 grams, 6299, which is a slightly lighter, slightly more muted version of that same purple color. 10 volume developer, 100 grams of color. The main thing that I am going to try to do is, as much as possible, keep it exclusively on the blonde of my hair, not really going up to the orange. This is going to be a tiny bit more difficult just because we're working on a wet base and the dye is also quite light, but we're gonna do our best. Root color goes on first, obviously, because it's the lightest. Front root's done and it is already looking so cold, so icy. It is kind of toning actually the orange as well, so I am curious how that'll turn up. But now I gotta tackle the back. Now I need to move aside the root color and bring out the end color. It's gonna be very similar in color to what I already have, but it's going to even out this reddishness here and this slightly more grayish, greenish vibe here. It's also going to help with the overall porosity because we're kind of just refilling and making everything a tiny bit brighter and more vibrant. Look, it's the same color as my brush. Mix until entirely smooth. There can be 0 chunks in this. It literally needs to be the sight of a yummy yogurt. You know you've mixed it well if it looks partially edible. Please do not eat your dyes. I'm literally going to repeat the same thing, but instead of applying on the root, I'm going to be applying on the ends. I am going to blend a tiny bit upwards into the orange just to ensure there's not going to be a separation between the white and the purple with a small strip of orange. I'm gonna leave this on for literally 15 or so minutes. I'm really not looking for like a high impact color. So then I'm just going to rinse it off, give it a quick wash, really nice condition, and then I'm gonna come back and show you hopefully a really good, fun outcome. Honestly, I have not been this excited about a hair change in a minute, and I'm so excited to see it, particularly the roots. Particularly the roots. I'm kinda undecided. I think this is one of those hairstyles that it sounds really fun in theory, but then it's difficult to execute, or more so, it maybe was never meant to be executed in the first place. I love the combination of this dark purple, this as a whole, I'm kind of obsessed with, and then the white of my roots is actually spot on what I wanted. It's like white, but it's not super, super bright. The problem comes from the fact that despite the fact that I tried desperately to cover up the orange that ultimately did happen, a lot of it is still super warm. So you get this nice like deflection of white and then this orangey color before going ultimately to purple. Kind of interesting. The biggest struggle with this color is that during the washing process, because the white was so light and because the purple was so dark, pretty much both sides of my temples are entirely stained. There's stain all down my face, you can see it right there, and then all of the hair here is entirely stained. Like, I'm still determined very much to make this work, so now I'm going to just very quickly style my hair, finish up with some very final touches, and then see if we have created something absolutely spectacular or if this is a fail that will need fixing in a future video. Damn. This is the first time I'm seeing the back of my head. Look how white that is. I'm still convinced if this wasn't such a problem, this is freaking cool. It's cool, and I am so pissed that some of it got stained. I'm going for my standard blowout on the bottom half of my hair, but then I kind of want to do something different when I come to the top. It's something. This is cool. Even this is cool, right? So I just did my hair, I just curled my hair, some going back, some going front. So there's like quite a nice mix of dimension going on. I really hope the end result is going to be, first of all, rewarding, but second of all, close to the vision that I have. Because so far it's cute. Some hair oil. a white-rooted winter makeover. Still not 100% sure that it actually looks good. I think this is a very, very editorial hairstyle. I think in particular the hair color is going to be extremely difficult to style on a day-to-day basis. Doing my makeup alone was a bit challenging because I had to introduce some warmth into my eyes because there is a tiny bit of warmth. Like, it is not as icy white as I had in mind, simply because of the line of demarcation from where the bleach landed on my virgin hair versus hair that has previous color on top. I think if you were to do this on a day-to-day basis, it's going to be difficult. From a purely editorial standpoint, however, the fact that I've never once seen this done is intriguing me excessively, and I know that had these sides not gotten completely bled through when I was washing it, the actual color composition is actually incredibly insane. Yes, it looks like hot roots or insane regrowth, but it's also like, what the hell, your hair is completely white when it is growing out. Kind of fucks with the brains. Like, why are you dyeing your hair purple if your own hair is white? But it's not. Finally, then we have like my favorite aspect, which is the fact that the white is actually so spot on gorgeous. The formula that I use, I think, is a keeper for anyone looking for like that nice white that doesn't translate to silver. The purple, oh my, this color though, this color, I have to have it religiously every single year, but every single year I use a completely different formula to get it. That paired with the K18 all over has left my hair so beyond soft. Like, I cannot tell you how insanely soft my hair is from root to tip, that I'm like, no one has a leg to stand on when they say that my hair is damaged, because what do you mean? Where's the damage? I love using Schwarzkopf, and pairing it with something like K18 is always going to leave your hair feeling genuinely better when you end than when you start. I cannot emphasize this more. Overall, this color is definitely more of an experimental color. It definitely takes me back to my roots, unintended, from when I used to experiment a lot more with hot roots. The one thing I do remember about the hot roots is that they are so difficult to style. Even like this, where the color is way more subdued than something like a fire red, it's gonna be a bit difficult. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be very excited to see what other colors would look or make this look better. I kind of have half a mind to put pink on it, but I'm also kind of like, should I keep it for a bit longer? As standard, every single product that I used is going to be linked down below. You can also follow my previous bleaching tutorial to see how exactly I bleached my roots to perfection completely by myself. If you have any suggestions, I'm always welcoming. The crazier, the better. And if you haven't already, subscribed just so that we can see that beautiful 1 million mark, which we have been trying to get for the past 13 years. We're so close. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video.